In the highlights, President Tinubu orders manhunt for bandits who killed over 40 people in Niger State. NNPCL reduces price of petrol from 835 naira to 815 naira per litre. Secretary to the River State government resigns his membership of PDP. Plus, Colombian president rejects attempts by the US to accuse him of drug trafficking. Details coming up shortly. Thank you for joining us on the news. We begin with the report that President Bola Tinubu has ordered a manhunt for the terrorists responsible for a deadly attack on communities in Niger State that left more than 40 people dead and many others abducted. In a statement on Sunday, personally signed by him, the president said he had directed the Minister of Defense, the Chief of Defense Staff, the Service Chiefs, the Inspector General of Police, and the Director General of the Department of State Services to track down the perpetrators of the Kasuandaji attack and ensure they are brought to justice. The president noted that the terrorists have tested the nation's resolve and must face the full consequences of the criminal actions. He further ordered the immediate rescue of all abducted victims and directed that security operations around vulnerable communities, particularly those near forests, be intensified. The presidential directive followed coordinated attacks by suspected bandits on Saturday afternoon in Aguara and Borugu local government areas of Niger State. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) has again reduced its petrol price to 815 naira per litre, down from 835 naira. This means that the NNPCL filling stations cut the price by 20 naira. The fresh price has been implemented at NNPCL filling stations in Wuse Zone 6 and 4, Abuja, Kefi Abuja Road, and Kubwa Expressway. An NNPCL filling station attendant who preferred anonymity said the new price was implemented on Sunday evening. However, the 815 naira per litre is 79 naira higher than the 739 per litre sold at Dangote refineries backed MRS filling stations nationwide. It would be recalled that NNPCL on December 19, 2025 cut its price of petrol by 80 naira to 835 naira amid a price war among players in the country's oil downstream sector, triggered by Dangote refinery's gantry price reduction to 699 naira per litre. The Director General, National Orientation Agency (NOAA), Malam Lanre Isa Onilu, has urged all Nigerians to unite in the fight against insecurity. Malam Isa Onilu, in his New Year message, called for a renewed spirit of patriotism, collective responsibility, and civic engagement to foster national peace and development. He noted that while the government continues to intensify efforts to secure the nation, the battle against insecurity can only be won through the active involvement and cooperation of all citizens. The NOAA DG described collective action as the most effective weapon against forces threatening national peace and development, stressing that insecurity often thrives in societies where citizens feel disconnected from national affairs. Isa Onulu pointed out that restoring faith in the Nigerian project demands more than just government efforts, but calls for a widespread revival of national values at all levels. The Nigerian Correctional Services has disputed a media report describing the country's custodial centers as hotbeds for tuberculosis, saying the publication was misleading and did not reflect the true situation in the facilities. A media report published on January 3, 2026, alleged that tuberculosis is widespread and poorly managed in Nigerian custodial centers. The report examined health conditions in prisons and suggested that inmates face heightened risks of infection. However, the service, in a statement by its spokesperson, Chief Superintendent of Corrections J.N. Osuji, said the January 3, 2026 report contained sweeping generalizations and inaccurate conclusions, despite the provision of official information to the reporter ahead of publication. The NCOS maintains that while TB remains a global public health concern affecting both the prison and non-prison populations, it is part of Nigeria's coordinated national response under the Federal Ministry of Health's National Tuberculosis, Leprosy and Buruli Ulcer Control Program, in which the service is an active participant. The secretary to the Rivers State government, Benibo Anabraba, has resigned his membership of the People's Democratic Party. His resignation was contained in a letter dated January 5th, 2026 and addressed to the PDP chairman, Ward 1, Akukutoru local government area of the state. According to the letter, Anabraba said his decision to leave the main opposition party was personal. He also expressed appreciation for the political leverage gained from the party during the period of membership. Although Anabraba did not disclose his next political move, it is understood that he is planning to join the ruling All Progressives Congress. In the meantime, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has hinted that the Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara will have to fight hard to retain his position as the number citizen of the state come 2027. For the Waste local government area over the weekend, Wike stated that chanting the president's slogan does not translate into automatic ticket. According to him, while major stakeholders in the state have agreed to work for the second tenure of President Bola Tinubu, same cannot be said of the governorship position in the state. The people of all for always supporting him and President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, adding that politicians are not appreciative of other people's support to them, but will always have issues. Manufacturers call for the creation of a manufacturing refinancing and rediscounting facility in 2026. Plus other stories, please stay with us.